Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are going to be talking about One Piece live action. The official trailer, the final trailer, I believe, is out. It's been a couple of days out already. Everyone has been talking about it. I just want to go through it. I said we were gonna see the next drawing here for this compilation of drawings, probably Nico Robin, but obviously I wanna wait until I see the series. In the 10th of March on Netflix, you're gonna be having it, so everyone tune in and let's watch it. Very interesting trailer, first of all. Here in the video today you will see, as I'm drawing already here, you will see a compilation of the previous live action drawings I've been doing so far, all the faces together, a little bit speed up, and and I'm doing a voiceover because it's nice to have them all together. Things that happen after Chopper is gonna be a little bit more surprising for everyone without having to do much spoilers, okay? So let's start talking about the video. The teaser, the trailer, this is a trailer actually, starts by a voiceover as well saying, "What's a pirate?" This is Hiruluk talking with Chopper. A pirate is someone who has adventures, has dreams, and someone who never ever gives up. I loved this intro, I loved this beginning. We see Luffy chilling in the boat, in the Merry. We see Luffy as well climbing in Drum Island, one of the mountains, carrying Nami. So Nami is gonna get sick in Little Garden like it happens in the manga, like it happens in the anime as well. She is gonna be out of commission during part of this second season of the live action. We see a beautiful image of Hiruluk and Chopper. It looks to me from the professional side of things that it is quite CGI made. Even Hiruluk looks digitally done. I don't know fully. I want to see in the series how does it look for real, the whole take, but here it gave me the impression that it's maybe a little bit CGI, computer generated imagery here, okay? We continue, we start with the logo of the Netflix and everything. We are sailing through the Grand Line, I guess, no? This is before the Grand Line because you can see at the very far how there is like an opening for going into the reverse mountain, so this is just a little bit before arriving there. Luffy is doing his speech about, you know, we made a nice adventure so far, very nice friends here, let's go to the Grand Line. We see how they are going up, and then here we are going to be jumping into multiple moments, multiple different scenes, different islands. The trailer, obviously, it's a little bit of everything. So we see Luffy and company with so different styles, with a little bit unorthodox type of outfit for a Luffy or a Usopp, and this is because in the live action they are taking images from other drawings that Oda has done for specials, for color spreads, for the big book that you have all the color spreads and all the information with detail and everything. And for this especially, I think it's from one of the baseball games that we have some kind of promo made for a baseball team where Luffy was wearing some of these outfits as well. So you are gonna see, I like that, you are gonna see the Straw Hats with different outfits, and I like it. I love, obviously, the normal outfits that we have in the manga, in the story, and that they can change every saga. But here, the freedom that the actors have with the clothing in terms of combination from manga, combination from anime, combination from fillers, combination from color spreads and extra drawings, it's very interesting. We see as well in this image where we are in some kind of Wild West type of place. There's a bunch of people looking as well very extravagant. We are going for this take in One Piece since day one, okay? People is drawing, is dressing very funny as well. And there is a Igaram there, a very interesting character. Igaram has his instrument that I think here is a mix between saxophone and horn. I think they are gonna invent something weird, probably. Igaram is a very big guy in the story. In size, okay, when we meet him, he's quite tall. They made him normal size with the bulky hair. Is interesting. I'm not saying I don't like it, but maybe I would have preferred someone big, like, I don't know, WWE Big Show, for example, someone very large. Doesn't matter if it is like a black person or a white person, Chinese person. I don't mind from where the actor may have been, because it is not relevant for the story. But I think the hair, from the character design point of view, would have been more integrated, I would say. Okay, that is my opinion as a designer. So Luffy is doing a couple of speeches here. It looks very interesting. I am liking it so far. He's being very excited about everything. They have the logo in the arm of of One Piece from the manga. That it is very funny. Like maybe a little bit out of place in my opinion, but interesting. Then we see an image of Luffy on the head. It looks like he's on the head of Merry. Nami is next to him, so he is holding Nami, so Nami doesn't fall. The other guys can handle themselves, and I think we are gonna fall, like we are in an amusement park, we're gonna fall down the waterfall going towards Laboon. So we have the guys being as well very excited, laughing. Usopp is very scared in the middle, how it should be as well. Probably this take, when they were recording, they must have had a lot of fun doing it, because they look very laughing and everything and enjoying. So probably they've done several takes to be able to do this. We see the opening of the mouth of Laboon and how we go straight away inside the mouth, and then obviously logo, Ichiro, etc. and everything, very nice. We keep sailing a little bit more, and then we have this very interesting, I would say, image where we see the Twin Capes. Those are the lighthouse where Crocus is living, okay? We see a tiny bit of Laboon as well at the background. All of them are looking outside, are very excited, and they are gonna make land. We don't know if this landing is there to see Crocus, or if this landing is gonna be later in Little Garden, because then we jump into Little Garden. We see these big trees, this more tropical or more Jurassic type of vegetation, you know, the trees and the greenery around. We start seeing some dinosaurs around. I think the long neck ones are Brontosaurus, if I'm not mistaken. If there's any paleontologist around here or any aficionado in the dinosaur world, please assist here and type the names of these dinosaurs there in the comment section. That would be very nice. We see as well that Luffy is next to a blue-haired girl. This is a BB, obviously. We have here a little bit of a spoiler in the trailer, like someone who hasn't watched or the anime or either read the manga, he will say, why is this bad girl in here? So you will need to keep watching to understand this. But seems like they are gonna be loyal to the story in this sense. There is another cut to another image. We see the Merry from behind in sailing while snowing a lot. This means that we are going close to the Drum Island. This is where Chopper it is. Okay, Usopp is looking through the window. Luffy is eating as usual. He looks like in a bakery, and he's talking with Igaram. So I don't know how they're gonna approach this, but we will see. So basically Igaram is telling him that the Grand Line is dangerous, so be careful. So probably this is after they already defeated the Baroque Works guys, the bad guys in Whiskey Peak. Whiskey Peak is where Igaram is based, and this is just a little bit of talk afterwards before they're gonna leave. Zorro seems to be in a green space, so this is gotta be again Little Garden. In Little Garden we know that we are gonna be meeting some of the Baroque Works guys, and we're gonna be fighting them. Okay, so there are multiple times that we fight them in the story, but I want to see how they are gonna make it so it's not repetitive. We see the figure of Miss Valentine floating down. You remember she has the kilo fruit, the kilo nomi, that allows her to change her weight, so she can even float. That's a very interesting power. Zorro is smiley and happy, so probably he's enjoying this fight. I cannot wait to see what extras they are gonna be adding. In the season 1, if you have watched my first video of this playlist, I talk about Zorro versus Mr. 7, the introduction of Zorro in this project of live action, and I like it. I like it because we don't see that as a manga reader or as an anime watcher, okay? We know this because later is given as a note at some point in the story that Zorro defeated him, and seeing the concept of bounty hunter, seeing the concept of him killing someone to go and collect the bounty and everything, it's interesting. So I want to see in season 2 what new things they're gonna introduce. So we sail through this very thick, very deep type of jungle, and here we see that obviously this is again a little garden. There is a iconic image of the Going Merry, where everyone is there. We see a purple dressed girl, black hair. This is our Nico Robin. Nico Robin is one of my favorite characters in One Piece. So here she says in very nice acting. I think this actress is a very nice match for Nico Robin. The characterization, it is nicely done. Good choice. At the beginning I was a little bit doubtful because I saw her with obviously plain clothes talking in an interview together with the one who is going to be Crocodile as well, and it puts me off. It puts me off of the story that I'm seeing the character with normal clothes before seeing her as a Nico Robin, okay? But now, seeing her in a scene, and I've seen it in a couple of videos already, I like it. She says, "Monkey D. Luffy," like in some sort of a voice, like trying to be scary, trying to be cocky. Knowing her backstory, I think this is frustration. Without knowing her backstory, she's trying to be cocky, and she is powerful, to be honest. So like she's been downgraded in terms of power a lot in the story, so she could basically eliminate any kind of character in the One Piece verse with her power, but she's been a little bit let's say controlled, okay? So she's not gonna be killing everyone straight away. I like the acting of this because I think in the voice, in the way, it's a little bit of trembling voice as well. It impacted me a lot. I like it, and I cannot wait to see more of this character. Maybe it can be the best match, in my opinion, of the whole live action. I like the main cast, I like all of them, but so far I think with Robin it is the most manga-like image of her, in my opinion. I want to know your opinion as well in the show more section, so you can say, you can open conversation at the bottom here, okay? We see as well that Bibi is there again. We see them there in the island. If you remember in the story, original story, we separate in different groups here in Little Garden, and Luffy and Bibi go one way, and then Usopp and Nami go other way, I think it was. No, Usopp and Nami, they stayed in the boat, and Sanji and Zorro, they leave and do a competition to see who is gonna hunt the biggest animal or the biggest creature in the island, because yes, there are dinosaurs here. There is a T-Rex here attacking the screen. This is one of the animals that Zorro or Sanji are gonna be hunting, probably. A little bit different rendering from the Brontosaurus before. So the rendering means when you are creating something in 3D, the look, how it's gonna look. If it is gonna look more cartoony, more simplified, because this is Toy Story, for example, more like a toy, or if it is gonna be looking more realistic because this is for Jurassic Park, or it is gonna be more hyper-realistic because this is something very specific for a documentary from this or that. So the rendering, I see a little bit inconsistent with between these two dinosaurs. I want to see, obviously, in the series, in the whole context. Then we jump into some sort of a cave. For all of those who don't know, this is gonna be a cave where the Mary is stuck. Okay, there are like a little bit of shipwrecks here inside, some broken pieces of other vessels, but this is not a cave. This is inside the giant whale lagoon that we are gonna be here fighting Bibi, that is Miss Wednesday, fighting Mr. Nine and everything, meeting Crocus, and almost being digested and everything. This is gonna be curious. And lagoon obviously here looks more tiny than in the manga. Obviously they need to make a size that is believable, so I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. So Usopp is exploring, Sanji is exploring, then we cut again to, I think, Whiskey Peak, because it looks kind of Wild West. Whiskey Peak is a kind of type of desert looking type of island where we have this cowboy style type of town, and there is some round type mountains full of spikes, let's say, of thorns, and from the distance looks like a massive cactus, but when you are close to it, these are graves of, you know, enemies that this group of bounty hunters, that is the Baroque Works located, stationed in this island, are capturing. So anyone who goes through the Grand Line entrance, that this is the Twin Peaks that I've been talking at the beginning of the story, and down the mountain, arrives here to Whiskey Peak. And Whiskey Peak is trouble, because there's a lot of strong people, and there are a lot here, okay? So Nami is with Bibi, they are fighting Miss Valentine, so we're gonna have a girls fight as well. I like it as well, so we can see how they fight together. Nami and Bibi are a very interesting and very good combo, so I wanna see that. And then we jump into Miss Golden Week, that this is as well one of the Baroque Works members, is like a kid who paints, and with this painting she's able to manipulate whoever he is painting with these symbols, okay, like some sort of dark magic. It's not a fruit, it's never been explained much in detail, but I think it's gonna be interesting as well. We see other bad guys here as well, like Mr. Five, with his super cool style, with his gun, and this is an explosive man, so he's able to breathe into the gun and shoot explosive compressed air, for example. The funny thing in the story in the manga is that he is picking his nose all the time and throwing the mucus to the enemies, and this is a bomb that is very nice as well. So I can't wait to see how they're going to do that as well, the explosions and everything. Then we see how the introduction of Mr. 3 here in the trailer, that we have seen him already in these kind of mini teasers that they have been doing, the live action team have been doing for promo. We see all of the characters for promo in this kind of inside studio with very kind of interesting lights. I didn't like that, because where are gonna be the surprises? If I'm seeing all the bad guys, I'm seeing all the CGI with the dinosaurs, all the powers, if I'm seeing all the Straw Hats plus friends, who is gonna surprise me in the story? I think live action team, Eiichiro Oda, you're gonna do the season 3 as well. Don't show so many things. Don't put it out there. I try to not watch it, but I can't avoid it. I wanna watch it. I wanna see spoilers. I wanna try to avoid the spoilers, but I end up seeing spoilers of things like the episodes and things like this. So I think it will be a better user experience if we don't have all this information. If we are able to see, let's say, Miss Valentine, Mr. 5, Mr. 3, the candle lock and everything in the series, not before, in my opinion. In this cake that he creates, because we know this already from the manga, and I said this is gonna be full of spoilers, we see there are figures there transformed into Candle, and that's gonna be Zorro, that's gonna be Nami, that's gonna be Bibi, in theory, maybe, because Sanji was in another place, Usopp was in another place as well, maybe he's gonna be playing this role. I don't see Karoo. I want to see Karoo. We have a very nice chopper. Where is Karoo? Okay, so if you take Karoo out of the equation, that so far he has not been shown anywhere, maybe that's gonna be my surprise. That's gonna be our surprise. it's a very important character here. He's gonna be partnering with Usopp, riding the giant dog up and down, fighting the enemies and everything. I don't know then how Usopp is gonna fight these guys on his own, to be honest, but we will see what's gonna happen with that. Then we see a kind of white house. This is a house that Mr. 3 builds with his power of candle here in the island to just be there chilling and everything. And there is one of the unlockies entering, and Sanji is there already talking with Dendemushi. With who is he talking with Dendemushi? We know that is Mr. Zero Crocodile. So maybe I don't expect to see Crocodile in Season 2, because he shouldn't be in Season 2. Maybe we see only a little bit a moment of his face, maybe, or now here in the call with Sanji or something, because here is when he calls himself Mr. Prince. Mr. Prince later ends up being a reality in many episodes later in the manga and in the anime, but I want to see how they're going to do it here. The CGI for this one is interesting as well, like Chopper, so it is realistic but cartoony in a way, and I think I like it. I think it's quite nice, the combination. Okay, so there is gonna be a fight here. We jump again to Nami versus Vivi in a very dark space, so probably if Usopp and Sanji went to explore inside the whale, probably Nami stayed on the ship, and there is when Vivi attacks. Probably Mr. 9, because he has the baseball bats, he's gonna fight Zorro in another point of the giant whale, but I am interested in to see how this is gonna be. Nami is kind of doing some sort of technique that he's jumping, floating almost in the air, so a lot of real effects happening there, like when probably she's been tied up with some ropes and pulled from the other side, so she could actually looks like she is jumping, like levitating on the air. Interesting. We see Mr. 9 as well with his signature pose with the pinky fingers. No baseball bats here in the image, but I'm curious to see how that's gonna be. Vivi as well being very cocky. I am not convinced yet. I need to see her in action in the story to see the acting. I think the acting is gonna be key to see if she is believable or not, because we are seeing her in both sides, so that's interesting. And then again, we jump into Nico Robin. We have seen this scene of Nico Robin already entering a place, a marine place. Probably this is gonna be in Lockdown, I would say, where the Smoker is gonna be. She's gonna be trying to steal some sort of map or some sort of information, like Nami at the beginning of the story, because she is not here in theory in the story. So I wanna see how they are gonna play these cards. Again, we see the power. The CGI for the arms is beautiful, nicely done, seamless, and the flower petals around, the sakura flowers around are very nice as well. So she's gonna be using the power a lot, and I like the effects. We jump again into Zorro, Usopp, and a bunch of villagers in a snowy place. This is gonna be where Dalton is, underneath the mountains of Drum Island, where we wanna go and heal, try to save Nami. And they separate here again in this scene. So where is Dalton? Dalton, again, is a key character here. Very important character, in my opinion. I think he is one of the first, if not the first, Zoan fruit that we see in the story. I know they cannot put everything in the story, but we need to see him, I think. We go into, Luffy is talking, Usopp is there. Usopp in the island of the dinosaurs, that he's gonna be fighting most of the bad guys because the other ones are trapped. He has a pretty Usopp style outfit. I like it. I don't remember seeing, I have the books here, I'll check the books later. I don't remember seeing this kind of bag, purple bag that he's wearing. But the glasses, the bandana on the head, that type of clothing and everything, very, very Usopp. I love it. This is probably my favorite Usopp outfit so far. Luffy is there as well, fighting with him, so probably they are gonna partner with all of this. Sanji is jumping from the ship for some sort of reason, I don't know why. We see Buggy. Buggy, we need to see him in we need to see him before we go into the reverse mountain for the Twin Peaks in lockdown, okay? Because he should trap Luffy, he should put Luffy in cuffs and try to execute him like in the story. That's a very important part of the story, and Dragon showing up and everything, so we need to see that. We see Laboon, we see Luffy trying to jump towards Laboon as well, towards the side of the island, towards the cliffs. This is because at some point, after they finish this mini saga inside Laboon, Luffy needs to fight Laboon to promise him that later, in another moment of time, he will come back, because here he learns the story of Laboon being abandoned, etc., etc. Interesting. I want to see how this is going to be, how this fight is going to be. And then Usopp and Sanji as well keep exploring inside Laboon in this mini image. We see again the candle cake with some of the bad guys running around trying to chase Usopp. We see the first time we see Kureha, Doctora Kureha, Doctorine, and this is very nice. There were some rumors, speculations that another actress was going to be doing Kureha, famous actress, and I have to say I am enjoying it so much because I do not know the actors and the actresses. If you put, let's say, The Rock is gonna be Chopper, he's so famous that all the attention will go to him and he will eat, let's say, the protagonism of the other people. If you put any kind of famous or semi-famous people here, that's not gonna be good. So please try to avoid put someone who is famous in this project. That's what the only thing I ask, to be honest. We go into an image of, we see this circus, like we talk about the circus moment as well. This needs to happen as well in lockdown before we cross the mountain and everything. Usopp is fighting some of the Buggy and Alvida guys, because if you remember, Buggy and Alvida join forces after both are defeated by Luffy, so here probably they're gonna be doing that. Zoro starts fighting. He has a couple of nice weapons here. The nice weapons here, he should get them in lockdown as well, so we are gonna see probably Zoro going into Ippon Matsu and talking about Sanda Kitetsu and talking about Yuki Bashiri, that those are the two swords that he's gonna get on top of the Wado Ichimonji, that is the white one, the one of the promise as well. I'm gonna put here on the top a theory about the Wado Ichimonji and what happened to Kuina, in my opinion, for real. Feel free to watch it if you want to understand a little bit more about One Piece. This is obviously from the manga, from the anime, nothing to do with the live action. I don't know how they're going to do the take in the live action, but my opinion. So in this cowboy looking style, we said that this has to be Whiskey Peak, so he's going to be fighting a bunch of guys, about a bunch of cowboys here that have swords and axes and things, so that's going to be probably Zoro's big fight in the story as an introduction at the beginning, and I like it. Everything looks here in the live action, and as I said it since day one, like when you go to an amusement park and it has a theme, like a theme park, that everything is fake but believable. The mountains are, made with spray and with pieces of cardboard and things, and with molds and everything, but it looks believable for the context. We jump into the Merry again, and the Merry is sailing through icy waters. Again, this must be close to Drum. Sanji is surprised because he's able to see the island in the distance. There is an image of Luffy with a broomstick, with a dreamy face, full of paint, next to the red line. If you can see that massive wall, that is the red line, that is the mountain that we need to cross. So this is probably after Laboon. I would say that they put this scene after Laboon. If you see, he is a little bit dirty, full of paint. There is white, red, yellow, a little bit of his face as well. This is because they are drawing the flag, the pirate insignia, the symbol of the Strawhats on the flags basically, and on the big sail as well. Originally Usopp is the one drawing the good one. Luffy tries to do one but it's very very funny at the beginning, so Usopp goes in and fix it. That's nice as well. We see another image of Laboon with the painting on the face. So maybe this image, instead of doing the flag, because if I remember correctly, I think we have already the sign on the ship. No, we have the sign on the ship from season 1. So probably this is just as we can see there that there is the painting there on the Laboon. This is just Luffy painting the sign. Probably, yeah. It can be matching this, so there is a goodbye. So Luffy can go, and Laboon is gonna, be making some noise and everything, like he's accepting this promise, and we go. Interesting. Yeah. Probably that's gonna be most likely why Luffy is full of paint everywhere. Okay, and with the brush. Then we jump again into Little Garden, the island of the dinosaurs, the island of the giants. We haven't seen in this trailer Dory and Broggy. We have seen them before. We have seen only Broggy in one of the teasers before, in one of the tiny teasers before. But here, Dory and Broggy. Nice. I like them. They look like warriors. They look like giants. They are opening the path through the goldfish. With the attack, the signature attack of the giants that they have, and they are gonna be making a hole in that goldfish so we can escape the gigantic, ginormous goldfish. Usopp and Luffy are bonding there, chatting and everything. Luffy saying that, along the way you meet people and everything who will stay, and others one that, will leave as well. We see Nami is having a conversation with Sanji. Sanji is crying. Very emotional here. I don't know why Sanji would cry, but I think by the context, what I can see here, like a little bit of Halloweeny lights, a little bit of like a castle, like a gothic. There are some gothic pointy arches at the back, on the window as well, and everything with the glass work. This has to be the Drum Island Castle, where Kureha is, where Chopper is. This probably is when Nami is gonna wake up from being sick, and Sanji is gonna cry with emotion because he's happy to see her back. Okay, nice. So Zorro and Luffy are talking there. I think that's gonna be Whiskey Peak again, and then Luffy is facing Wapol. Wapol looks bizarre. I'm a little bit concerned because it looks very fake. But in action as well, it will look better than in the trailer here. I'm curious to see, and how he can transform his body. That can be very interesting. So he's gonna be fighting in this scene Luffy and Bibi as well, and he shouldn't be fighting Bibi, but I think he is in here in this story. So there is another cut when we see the entrance of the castle, and Chopper comes in running in his animal form. I like it. It's a very, very short cut. We don't see fully the design, but I like it. I think this is gonna fit very nice, and the integration with the floor, the 3D with the real floor, and how it moves the little stones and everything and makes the paw prints there. It's nice. I'm happy to see that. And then we see another image of inside the castle where Luffy and Sanji are extremely surprised of seeing, oh, what is this? What is going on? Who is this guy? What is this guy? They are for the first time seeing Chopper, the emergency foot of the Straw Hats, and they are not scared of him. They are just very excited and surprised. Then there is a moment when Zorro is cutting a table. That's gonna be Whiskey Peak as well in the other fight. Then we see Luffy in a wall, in a cliff, throwing some punches to the air. This must be him fighting Laboon. And then we see Usopp unconscious on the floor, and Nami swirling around trying to deflect an attack from Miss Valentine that is gonna fall on top of Usopp. Very nice. This is the pinnacle of the trailer, the end of the trailer. Sanji is swirling as well, jumping around, fighting. Who is fighting here in this scene? I think maybe is one of Wapol guys. Maybe Kuromarimo, maybe Chess. I don't know which one is gonna be. It has like a pinky outfit. Probably it's gonna be Kuromarimo because I see some kind of dark hair or afro hair there. interesting. I want to see how that's gonna be because they transform as well at some point, so that's gonna be very interesting. There is a cliffhanger with Smoker, only shown for a second using the power. We haven't seen him using the power yet, and here he's doing the double punch with the smoke attack and everything. It looks good. It looks thick smoke, like smoking cigars, and consistent. It is believable, in my opinion, as someone who knows about this and is, working in this. It looks believable. I think this is gonna be interesting. The powers he's gonna have. Luffy's signature scene in Drama Island goes next with he's wearing Nami's coat, and the flag of Dr. Hiruluk is at the back, and he's holding it, and this is probably when Wapol is trying to destroy the castle, top of the castle, and he's holding the flag like this is, this is the pride of the pirate. You cannot destroy this. I am not gonna allow you to destroy this. So Chopper, we see Chopper again. He's having a lot of fun. I would have preferred to not see the actress as well. I'm trying to forget the actress in my mind so I can focus in the 3D character more than anything, but I like it. And then we jump again into Whiskey Peak. We see some of the Straw Hats very happy. This probably is when they arrive because they look very clean, and then after that they're gonna get drunk and they are gonna try to kill them and capture them and everything. So I think this is just when the action is starting. And then the trailer is finishing. We have the rolling, spinning O of One Piece. One Piece Into the Grand Line is gonna be called. We have this, nice image. Announces March the 10th. We're gonna have the show starting. I don't know if they are gonna release all of them together. If they are gonna do maybe half on the 10th of March and half the following week, I don't know. Maybe they do one after another. I don't remember exactly how they did it the last time. If someone remember, you can just put it in the comment section to have it as a reference as well. They may do maybe one per week. So we can actually see one per week. I prefer to have them all together so I can binge maybe in one session or two sessions and watch them all because I'm very excited. But this is all for today. This is I hope you like it. I hope you had a nice time. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandraos Cave. I see you in the next video. Open the comment section and let's talk about the live action because it looks super cool. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.